GDM.
Great DC Media.
Today we're going to discuss
Art, sculptures,
and architecture
at Washington, D.C.
I'm Gabby.
I'm Dannie.
And I'm Maddie.
We will be interviewing some generous local civilians who are willing to discuss their travels to Washington, D.C.
Now let's get to it.
Welcome back to the first segment of today's show. Let's try to find some civilians who would like to discuss their travels to the Vietnam Women's Memorial. Oh, here's one. Miss, would you like to take the time to discuss this beautiful memorial?
Of course.
What's your name?
Lena Lockhopper.
Well, thank you for letting us interview you, Lena. You seem like you had an amazing time. What was so intriguing to you about the statue?
Definitely all the detail in these women's faces. You could really feel the fear that these women felt fighting in this war. The tone is very melancholy, but the mood's prideful. The statue is a perfect mix of representative with abstract.
Wow, so inspiring. Why do you believe that this statue was used to represent this country's capital?
The statue represents all the 265,000 women who fought forgotten after the Vietnam War. They risked their lives to help our soldiers and were simply forgotten once they came here. Finally, the statue was made to represent them and help them be remembered after all of their traumatic experiences.
I have to say, this statue must mean so much to you.
It sure does.
I would also like to know, what did you learn about how and why people created this statue?
They created the statue to help the healing of all the women who fought in the Vietnam War.
Amazing. I think my last and most important question is, did you have fun?
Of course, it was incredible.
Great to hear. Thank you for taking the time, Lena.
You're welcome.
All right. Coming up next, we will have someone discuss the Jefferson Memorial. We will be right back.
And we're back here at GDM. Right now, we're at the scene of Jefferson Memorial to interview some locals. It's a real crowded day today. Oh, hello, miss. Would you like to take a moment to talk about Jefferson Memorial?
Sure.
What's your name?
My name is Abby Klaus.
Well, Abby, thank you for joining us today.
No probs, dude.
With the memorial so large and popular, there must be such an amazing history to it.
Of course there is. Did you know that the statue was originally made of plaster during World War II because of the shortage of metals? Once the war was over, metals became less limited, so they replaced the whole statue with bronze. Also, Jefferson loved classical pieces of art, so the statue was created to remember him and all the art he loved. Many people forget how important Thomas's work was, and this statue helps us to remember. There are a lot more history behind this magnificent memorial, but going over it would take all day long. Why don't you just read the plaque with all that info?
Okay, anyways, why do you believe that this memorial was chosen to be represented in our country's capital?
Thomas Jefferson was one of our founding fathers, and he was also our third president of the United States. He helped make our country great and better, helping people to remember what he did to the United States in a good way.
Oh, is that all?
No, there's actually more. President Franklin Roosevelt felt that Jefferson's work wasn't credited enough and declared a memorial to be created in the 1930s. He was so important to our country, a monument was dedicated to him. How does that make you feel about your life?
Well, what did this memorial make you feel? What was the tone to it?
Well, when you put it that way, I guess, the statue makes me feel proud of our country and Jefferson. Without all the work he did, the United States just wouldn't be the same.
I 100% agree. Well, I hope you're having a great time. Thanks for joining us.
No problemo.
Okay, we'll be right back with the Lincoln Memorial segment of GDM. Don't miss it.
Hi, welcome back to our last segment of today's episode of Great DC Media. Our last interviewer will discuss the Lincoln Memorial and the outstanding statue inside. Hello there. Would you like to take the time to discuss this magnificent memorial?
Sure, girl, you got it.
Okay, what's your name, miss?
Well, honey buns, my name is Norma Calvert.
Thanks for joining us, Norma.
Well, you're welcome. I am super glad to include myself, honey.
With this memorial being so massive,
Yes, and what else here?
there must be quite a lot of history behind it.
Well, honey, you are not wrong there. This quite fabulous memorial was built by the New York architect Henry Bacon in 8 whole years.
Is there anything else you'd like to add, Miss Calvert?
Well, of course. Henry Bacon spent a lot of time in Greece, including spending time in the Parthenon, which is the birthplace of democracy. He decided that the memorial should be built in the same style because of how Lincoln fought for democracy. Along with Henry Bacon, thousands of other people came to the memorial to help build. And once it was finished, over 25,000 people gathered in front of it to celebrate.
Is that all?
Well, unless you ask me another question, honey.
Well, all right. What intrigued you personally about this memorial?
Well, so kind of you to ask my opinion. So, My favorite part of the memorial was that great statue of Abraham Lincoln himself, along with the inspirational quotes with it. It symbolizes the importance of this man's existence in our country, as well as that it shows how many people were inspired by this great man.
Wow, that is so fascinating.
Sure it is, honey buns.
Why do you think this memorial was chosen to represent our country's capital?
Well, to answer hopefully your last question, this memorial was chosen because Lincoln was a great man and who truly cared about helping this country grow, not only in wealth, but in equality as well. He helped the North become victorious in the Civil War, which kept this country united today. Without this great man, there would be two different countries. Also, the South was still slaves. That is an amazing thing that this incredible man was able to accomplish.
That's amazing. Sounds like Old Man Abe really contributed to making this country good. He
Well,
deserves to be remembered like this.
Well, you got that right, honey.
Well, thank you for taking the time to answer a few questions about this magnificent memorial.
Well, of course, it was my pleasure.
That's a wrap on segment 3 of GDM. Stay tuned for a quick few thoughts the rest of the reporters and I have to share.
So this is the end of our special GDM episode.
We explored the importance of some incredible memorials that represent our country's capital.
Thank you for joining us. We hope you enjoyed. We hope you tune in again to Grease DC Media.